My family is Asian, while my future sister-in-law is white. I don't have a problem with her, as we have several members of our extended family who married into other cultures. In fact, I'm currently in a serious relationship with a woman who's also white. My girlfriend is wonderful and loves trying new things that my culture has to offer. Some things she loves, other things she likes, and she downright hates some things. The main point is that she tries them, whether music, food, or traditions. My future sister-in-law is the complete opposite. She rarely comes to family dinners because she doesn't like the smell of our food. She doesn't join in our celebrations because it's so different. For example, the Lunar New Year is a huge celebration for us, and she calls it a fake New Year we made up just to party. She and my brother are having their wedding soon. Surprise, she didn't want any representation of our culture. It got to the point where my parents almost refused to go. We had to have a huge sit-down to smooth things over, and I was on my brother's side even though I was also annoyed by sister-in-law. I told my parents that it was their wedding and we should stay out of the planning. The trouble started when my girlfriend and I took my parents out for my mom's birthday. My girlfriend commented on my mom's necklace, to which my mom answered that she'd already picked out the style for my girlfriend's jewelry set when we got married. In our tradition, the groom's family gifts their new daughter-in-law a necklace, earrings, and other jewelry during the morning event on the wedding day. This set usually costs $50,000 in my family tradition. My girlfriend was honoured and then asked if my mom picked one out yet for sister-in-law since their wedding was coming out. My mom said no and that she would meet with the jewellers soon to see what they had to offer. I spoke up and asked why they were going through with this one tradition when sister-in-law forbade all our other traditions. I said I wasn't chipping in and suggested giving her a toaster. Parents liked my idea. Last night, my brother called me screaming with sister-in-law yelling in the background. Apparently, our parents told them we're not keeping the one tradition that will cost us $50,000. So he called me an idiot and told me that we were uninvited unless I and my parents followed through on the jewelry gift. So am I the idiot? I talked my parents out of giving my future sister-in-law a traditional Asian wedding gift. I'm not even engaged yet, but my mom has already picked out the gift for my girlfriend should we get married. Wow, sounds to me like she's okay with your culture when it gives her money. She's such a gold digger, it's comical. But come on, you can't reject every little piece of culture and then expect to get $50,000 in jewelry because of it. Not the idiot, and talk with your parents and tell them to stand their ground even more, as it's proving she's just using the family. Toaster is a brilliant gift to her. Yep, that's going to be a long marriage. I would be so relieved not to be invited to this wedding that I would tell my brother, "Thanks so much, I will not be coming." I'd be relieved not to spend that kind of money. However, your brother needs a wake-up call. She's a walking, more like screaming, red flag. Exactly. Future sister-in-law clarified that she was uninterested in your traditions and culture, so why keep this one? Let your brother know that since she doesn't like all the other traditions, you don't want to force this one on her either. I really wonder what your brother is thinking about marrying this woman. What happens when children are born? Will she refuse to teach them your side of their culture? Sorry, but you can't have it both ways. Either stay out of wedding planning or get involved, but it could be more helpful to pick and choose when to jump in and argue. Your mom should not have shared that information with your brother. That's your parents' decision to whether or not follow through with this tradition. Your sister-in-law sounds very inconsiderate and rude. Your brother needs to wake up. Why is he marrying that woman? You are the idiot for being overly involved in your brother's wedding. Not your monkey, not your circus. Well, she's gorgeous. That's the word my girlfriend used to describe her the first time they met. It's our cultural tradition for the groom's immediate family to all chip in for the jewelry set. Since our other siblings are in school or just started working, I was going to chip in for half of the cost while my parents covered the other half. I don't want to pay $25,000 plus for jewelry for a wedding present. I travel a lot for work, so I have so many hotel and airline points, it's crazy. This summer I'm taking my family to Disney World. We're going to stay at one of the resorts on the property. My sister-in-law and her family had a hard time during the global issue, so I decided to do something nice and invite them along. My treat. I said I'd pay for their flights, hotel and park tickets. Everyone was excited until she started talking to my wife. Now she's upset that we're staying at one of the resorts and they have to stay at Disney Springs. Apparently, I'm being cheap by using points for their hotel instead of just paying for them to stay at the same resort as us. My wife told her sister and brother-in-law to shut up and accept the gift, but they didn't. Instead, they told my in-laws that I was making their kids jealous by not letting them enjoy the same stuff as us. To be clear, the hotel I booked for them is very nice. It's just not the Grand Floridian. So I finally talked to them and gave them a choice of accepting my gift or not coming, since I could still cancel their reservations. They started yelling at me for being an idiot and taking something away from their children. I talked to them like adults, but when they started screaming, their kids heard them and found out they might not be going. So now their kids are angry at their parents for possibly messing up their vacation, and I'm the bigger idiot for making them look bad in front of their kids. Am I the idiot? Let me get this straight. You're gifting them airline tickets, park tickets, and a nice hotel, and they demand more? Cancel their tickets immediately. For their benefit too, they drop this entitled idiocy forever. So the kids learn you get nothing if you're being an idiot, so they don't try to walk all over you in the future. Not the idiot. Poor kids, they just robbed their kids of a vacation. The kids actually sound smarter than the in-laws in this case. They know how stupid their parents are being. Heck, I'll take this amazing gift with endless gratitude. Disney Springs got 4.85 out of 5 stars. I'd be so happy and grateful if anyone did this for me. I'll come with them as a nanny. If you fold me just right, I fit in a carry-on. It's an amazing treat. I'm constantly astonished by the audacity and entitlement people feel these days. What a bunch of ungrateful idiots. Please leave sister-in-law at home and enjoy your vacation with your family. She will be a problem, even if they decide to slum it in Disney Springs. Seriously, screw them, just take the kids. Screw those entitled parents. Terrible idea. OP would have to look after them. What if they get injured or sick? Or hungry? Or do I have to go to the bathroom? Or one pulls the other's hair? Or she ate my pretzel? Or he broke my novelty slush cup that you just bought me for $16? Ugh. OP wants to have a holiday with their own family. I feel bad for the kids missing out, but this is not a solution. So before my wife and I met, she lost her daughter 5 years ago. As a result, my stepson Evan, now a teen, keeps a photo of his late sister in a locket on a chain. It looks like a normal necklace to the outside observer, but it's his most valuable possession. Last Thursday, Evan came home with a detention slip for the next day after school. The offence was listed as uncouth language and severe insulting of another student or something similar. I asked him to explain what happened, and this is how he described it. Apparently, at the start of his gym class, he removed his necklace and put it with his hoodie against the wall. Another student, Kayla, picked up his necklace and started taunting him about it. She asked if it was his girlfriend's picture, and when Evan said it was his sister, she said, "That makes sense, only gay guys wear necklaces after all, ha ha." Evan tried to take the necklace back, but she and her friends tossed it around and played a keep away with it. When he eventually got it back with a friend's help, he cussed her and her friends out quite loudly. I'm not sure what exactly he shouted at her, but it did, by Evan's own admission, include witch and piece of crap, without the censoring, of course. Because he swore a lot and shouted, the school decided that he was the aggressor and issued him after-school detention. Kayla has not been punished so far as I know. I reluctantly signed the detention slip because I didn't want to cause trouble between Evan and the school administration. Neither my wife nor myself have given him any other punishment. Yesterday, my wife came to me in private and told me she'd been thinking things over and wanted to give Evan extra chores as a punishment. She said that while what Kayla did was awful and cruel, his language was unacceptable. She emphasized his calling a girl a witch and said that that word was particularly harmful to young women. I'm not a woman, so I don't know if this is true. I told her that he'd already been punished, he had detention. She said that he needs to know that we don't approve either, that some punishment needs to come from us. She eventually gave up, but now she's being a bit cold and distant, and I'm wondering if I did something wrong and if I should agree to punish Evan. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. Parents don't get to unilaterally punish children, period. Also, the school's logic reeks of misogyny. Kayla gets to steal and taunt your stepson about his dead sister. Still, he gets punished for yelling and cursing, which is perfectly justified in my opinion. Don't forget, she also tried to attack him for being gay. Seems like her phobia cancels out his misogynistic language. She's worse than him, though, because she was bullying when she said it, while he was highly emotional because she was threatening something deeply personal and important, so he deserved a pass for his language. But OP's wife was concerned about calling a young girl names, but the young girl called her son gay. Mom is more concerned about the girl than her own son. Sad. The problem isn't calling him gay, it's disrespecting him and his dead sister. OP, you should be going to the school and addressing the girl and her friend's behaviour. To taunt a young man over a necklace with the picture of his dead sister, have the girl and her parents called into the office and asked them if they feel their daughter and her friend should be allowed to get away scot-free over such behaviour. Evan doesn't need punishment, he needs conversation, checking in on his feelings and developing a plan for what he could have done differently. I, 24 female, felt a strong desire to become a zookeeper about halfway through college. I went in not really knowing what I wanted to do with my life. Still, after attending a zookeeper guest talk put on by one of the clubs and talking to them and thinking about it more, I thought I finally found something I could be happy doing with my life. It was too late to switch my major though. I'd already accepted a different internship that summer, and with how competitive the zoo field is now, I knew it would be tough and possibly require some interning after graduation. One friend I'd met around here through my inquiry into the profession, not a keeper but has a keeper friend, was super helpful to my best friend and me to this day. She was excited to help me out, put me in touch with this farmyard animal rescue to intern at after graduation to build up a resume, and even offered to let me live with her for free and help pay for my food and expenses after graduation till I got my first keeper job. After a lot of hard work, interviewing and despairing, I finally got an offer from a large accredited zoo, the zoo her friend works at. Now I'm 4 months into it, and I'm wondering if I'm cut out for this. They have me working with penguins and seals. I was initially excited and wondered why more experienced keepers would leave those roles open for a newcomer. I soon found out why. I find fish scales in my hair, clothes, boots and pockets in places I'd never thought possible. The stench has gotten into my car, home and everything I own. It's not just hard work and low pay, I expected all that, working in the hot sun or pouring rain, heavy lifting, etc. I learned to deal with all that at the farm internship, but I feel like my love of animals has changed somehow. I've grown to resent the animals I work with for ruining my life. Even though I care about them and would hate to quit and never see them again, I don't know, when I see how all the other keepers never complain and seem to love the animals unconditionally, it makes me wonder if I don't belong here. I don't anticipate the toll that feeling disgusted 24/7 would have on my mental health. And I'm sick of hearing about how, oh, there's this trick that gets it off. I've tried all of them, none of it works. I heard 2 keepers in the break room discussing this problem and one said, oh yeah, such and such was a game changer in keeping the car smelling fresh. Meanwhile, she reeks so strongly of cat dung and urine from 10 feet away that it's making me sick. She stinks, I stink. I kind of want to leave and pursue something else, but I do feel guilty, both for the animals and because my friend sacrificed and helped a lot to help me get here. Am I the idiot for throwing her efforts out the window after she paid and helped me out so much at getting my dream job? Not the idiot. It's your life, you tried this and it's not for you. If this person is your friend, they would want you to be happy and help you so you would be happy. If you are unhappy, they should want you to fix that. Further, every day you're taking up the role blocks someone who does want to do it forever, so not quitting would be bad too. Info, didn't they make you aware of the stench or in any way test your ability to cope with foul smells before hiring you? Thought that was pretty standard these days in this field. My friend was a keeper and he said it was the easiest way they weed out potential new hires in, as you mentioned, a crowded field among many who look good on paper but can't handle the work. I do think the OP was completely deluded about being a zookeeper though. Did she think, like a 5-year-old would, that it was all cuddling fluffy baby animals? She sounds like someone who wants to be a nurse and then is stunned that patients' bodily fluids are involved. You are the idiot. What did you expect working with animals? You're free to quit if it's not for you, but you should have considered it better before you got into it. I live with my partner, and while both of us got our driving licenses at the beginning of the year, neither of us has a car yet. I'm fine with that since I currently work from home, and while public transport might be annoying, I'd rather use that than pay for a car since I don't have an urgent need for one. My girlfriend will start a new job in September and was talking about buying a car since she'll be on more money and can afford one, and she said it'll make getting to her new job easier. Initially, she asked if I wanted to go on the insurance, so then on weekends and things when we go away, we'd be able to split the driving. I agreed, and after working out the costs, we agreed I'd pay my girlfriend between £150 and £200 a month to pay for the extra insurance costs and some towards the car. My girlfriend came to me last week and said that she'd been thinking and wants to be the only person driving the car, but asked if I could still pay £100 a month. I asked why she wanted to be the only one driving, and she said with it being her first car, she wanted it to be hers. I said fair enough, but I won't be paying anything towards it since I won't be paying for a car I cannot use. She mentioned that I'd still be benefiting. Still, I pointed out that I'm happy using public transport, so I shouldn't have to pay just because a benefit gets forced on me. She mentioned that since I'm getting a pay rise this year, she thought I could help, and I just repeated that I shouldn't have to pay for a car I can't drive. She said because of the benefits I'll be getting, that I'm being unreasonable. Am I the idiot for refusing to pay for a car I can't drive? If she thinks that's fair, I've got a deal for her. Could you tell her that I'll let her pay me £50 per month to not drive my car? It's twice as good as the deal she's offering you. Not the idiot. I don't know what's going on in her mind that she thinks that's reasonable. So, you're not married, but she wants the financial benefits of being married by not sharing her assets, even though she wants you to pay towards that asset or those assets. No. Reminds me of my ex. Her car was hers and mine was ours. It's not right. Take the flag for what it is and run. LOL. I don't even know how OP is benefiting from it, because she gives OP a lift here and there. If you'd use Uber or car sharing on that occasion, it'd still be cheaper. If she wants the car to be hers, she must pay it. The most you should be expected to pay for it is gas on road trips. Good luck in this relationship.